welcome back to the Fantactics podcast. We are glad to have you here. It was an amazing weekend with a lot of, should I say, stunning results, with a lot of surprises, and with a lot of razor blades for those of Una, where be investors. They boss yesterday when I did go work, and I did hear somebody say, no go better for Juventus. He no go better for Juventus. That God go punish them. Sabubu, what did Juventus do?
Well, the weekend started well.
Okay.
Liverpool did their thing.
Investors are talking.
Arsenal did their thing.
Yeah.
Man City did their thing. It was going well, oh.
It was going well. What was going well? Sorry.
It was going well. The games were going well. Until when some people decided not to cash out on a Saturday. And say, let us still rule it till Sunday.
Oh, God.
Then a team based in Turin decided to do the worst.
Oh.
Against a team expected to be trashed.
So this Juventus matter self, because, they were expected to bounce back, and they started very well.
People around the world were calling me and said, Ahmed, what's wrong with Juventus? I said, my father doesn't own Juventus.
Oh, my.
They only, not we.
Yes,
they only did the needful because they wanted to multiply their income. And they decided to decrease their income.
Man, so it's kind of funny.
Yeah.
But I condole with you. Those of you that refuse to
Juventus
cash out.
played very well in the Champions League during the week. So everybody expected them.
That they will take the momentum.
And if you check the odds that was given to them on different platforms, the odds were not that much because it was expected that they would win the match.
Roll over.
But it didn't happen like that, which was so painful. Bayern Munich did what they know how to do best by drawing.
Is that what they know how to do best
presently, now? Even same thing with Bayern Leverkusen.
Yeah, so
the weekend was fantastic. Some teams that needed to pick up points, picked up points.
Some teams that needed not to lose matches.
Even Chelsea destroyed a lot of people's investment on Saturday because people expected them to win.
Yeah.
Against irrespective of what Nottingham Forest
did
has been
against,
doing.
Yeah.
Chelsea did not put smiles on people's faces. But as we say in Nigeria, we move.
We move. Talking about, not putting smiles on people's faces. Do you think Manchester United put smiles on people's faces? Because why I'm asking this question is I know that some people were saying, make him just lose, made a Saka. Some were saying, we need to start picking up points. So do you think...
But see, the irony of it is United look more like the refreshed team in that match, in regard of the fact that they flew to Porto, back to Manchester, and for the match in Birmingham. And Villa didn't go to anywhere. They played against Bayern at home. I guess they expended all their energy in that match because they were looking very tired against United. United would have won that match if luck was on their side. You saw that Bruno Fernandes free kick that hit the crossbar. And I feel so sorry for Marcus Rashford. He's not hitting his strides at all. And he's likely the life wire of that team if they need to start climbing the table. Because he's not firing. I don't know what's in his head. He needs to be managed outside the pitch first before... I don't know. I think maybe he needs a psychology or he needs a change of a lot of things to him.
Changes. So, Manchester United fans, like I was saying during our last episode, you kind of feel like Ten Hag was at an audition that day because all eyes were on him.
Did you see the
chairman?
The whole board, everybody flew down. Yes,
everybody flew down.
Even
to
Sir
Villa
Alex
Park.
Ferguson was there.
Sir Alex Ferguson was there. It was like they were doing an autopsy on a live body. We want to see what's the problem. And I kind of feel like though the team responded to the challenge that was laid down to them.
The team played well against Porto in the UEFA Europa League. Delete and Martinez were a disaster in that match.
Yeah. So you kind of feel like this new defense worked better.
The new defense will not last long.
Yeah. Why? Because of the age?
See, the intensity of the Premiership.
Yeah, that's it.
How can a 36-year-old be winning man of the match? Someone that just came at the beginning of the season to just come and train with you and
So
they
bridge the
gave him a
gap.
contract. A
Yeah.
contract.
So there are a lot of things Manchester United fans will be thinking in their head right now. But I don't know, will you kind of feel like it was a win-loss for them? Because, lose the match and there might be a change of coach. And normally, whenever a coach is changed, momentum swings.
Yeah,
The
there's
team will respond
there's
with
always a reaction, either
yeah.
positive or negative.
So, but then the performance kind of insinuated that the team was behind their coach because they played for the manager.
Yes.
So, what changes do you think United really need to do now to start picking up, more points?
See, Ten Hag has to do a self-evaluation of himself first. The kind of formation he wants to put on the
Deploy.
pitch. Look at the players he has. He has to play to their strengths right now, the way it is. See, have you watched other coaches, like the top coaches? I don't want to call names because before people start saying he's favoring this, there are some coaches that in a 90 minutes span in a match, they change formations like 4 times.
That happens.
They just keep changing,
Yeah.
from a back 3 to a back 5. Before you know it becomes a back 3, a 5 in midfield, a 2 on attack. They just keep changing as they're making substitutes. The game just keeps evolving. You now realize that this coach is, it puts confusion in the other coach's mind. But United is predictable. They just know that you give Hoyle the ball or Rashford, they just run. United is a counter-attacking team, which many people don't want to accept the fact.
Which for a big team, traditional big team, it shouldn't be.
They don't control games. You understand? Yeah. As much as Villa were kind of poor in that match because of the energy, the exertion energy of the match on Wednesday, you still saw a little bit of control.
Yeah.
Where they were, and they lost. It was not Konza they lost in that match, which was a very big blow to them because he's more like the heart of their defense. United needs to sit down. The board should just sit down there and tell Ten Hag, Oga, ask yourself what you want. Because we don't know what a new coach might bring in. A Thomas Tuchel is bruised. He comes in, you employ him, and we don't know what he will bring to a United squad.
Yeah.
If his way of football will align with.
But they might think
with United.
They might think he has been tested and trusted. So in the Premier League, a top club, so they might feel he has both something to prove and something to give.
Apart from that Champions League he won with Chelsea, which was more of individual brilliance.
Of who?
The team itself.
So it wasn't individual brilliance.
The team needed that Champions League. They were more determined to win that Champions League against City because City has been bullying them.
No, you have to give them credit.
Yeah,
I'm saying that was a team that was crashing out of the competition before Tuchel came on board.
I know.
Yeah.
But there's something you need to understand. It's just like the Chelsea that won 2012 Champions League. It was more of that team, a Drogba telling Mata that, do this for me, amigo. Do this. When a team says,
let's do this.
Yeah. Most times, the coach is just, okay, fine, okay.
This is how we are deploying, and the team
because he went to a Bayern team that he should have won the Bundesliga. He just, he had the same issue with Dortmund, where they were supposed to win, because United is not a football club. United is an institution.
Yeah.
They and Liverpool are the biggest team in the UK, not even in England.
Yeah.
Before you start talking about Chelsea, Arsenal, all of them. They are the big boys of football.
Yeah.
So they need a coach that will come in and say, this is how I want this team to be.
So, talking about that, do you think they should also go along the lines of find a young coach who is on the up, would
they give that coach time?
So that's another thing, because I think
football is business.
Chelsea followed the blueprint of Arsenal with Arteta. They found the Guardiola disciple who was playing good football.
But there's something to understand about Chelsea.
Yeah?
Chelsea has over-invested in that team that if Chelsea can loan 15 players and they will not shake. They harmonize contracts that They're laughing at the FA and UEFA.
Yeah.
Because they saw the loophole.
Yeah.
You saw what's happening to City right now. They won a verdict yesterday.
Yes.
Because of the loopholes. City has money now. They'll get the best lawyers. They'll mess you up in court.
They will peruse the rule books.
Yeah. So now that 115 charges now. Charge by charge.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. They would likely be deducted points. We don't know.
They'll face penalties.
They might likely lose some trophies they win. They have won in the past.
Won, yeah.
They might not still lose it.
Yeah.
You know why I said so? Because remember when Marseille won the Champions League in '93 and the French League, when they were found for match fixing, they did not take the trophies back from them. The only thing was that they relegated them. Yeah. It was only in Italy that Juventus took the stars off them, 2 stars off them, and they gave it to Inter.
It also depends, but going forward, you look at Man U and you feel like they just know how to give a stay of execution every time they are. You made that comment once that anytime is almost time to swing the axe on Ten Hag, they'll come up with a big performance, and then they give a false dawn, and then after some games they go back to the usual drudgery. So it has been rumored now that your insider, you also said that, I think on the first episode of the podcast, that if peradventure Ten Hag does not succeed, they have somebody on the bench already. So it has been rumored that Van Nistelrooy has been put on notice that he might have to take charge of the team on interim basis while they search for a proper successor for Ten Hag. So off the bat of your head, you already mentioned Tuchel, which is one of... Which other coach do you think...
Zidane is out of it.
Why is he out of it?
2 things. Zidane is not willing to learn English.
Okay.
Secondly, he's not game for the British press.
Okay, so which other coaches do you think Man United could go for that will really make a difference?
Pochettino has taken up the US job. It's not available.
Do you see Xabi Alonso?
Alonso turned down Bayern Munich.
Turned down Liverpool and Real Madrid because it was after he said no that Ancelotti signed another contract.
You think he will go and face that mess in United?
United, they say your club is in a mess.
They are, see, hypothetically, they are in a mess.
I don't think it's hypothetical because there are a lot of things wrong with the club. But let's move on to other discussions in football. United's former midfielder Paul Pogba has had his ban reduced to 18 months by the CAS.
He's supposed to start playing by March next year.
Yes, so he can start training in January.
You don't hear any of it. Immediately announced Juventus cancelled his contract.
So I think probably, the stain of having a player with doping in their team.
First of all, I feel he has been unlucky, one. And secondly, he has not really lived right. He had the world at his feet. But I still feel Pogba's talent is is fictional. Why do I say so? He was a youth player in United. He ran out his contract. He went to Juventus for free. And people said he played his best football in Juventus. And I smiled. I said, yes, because he had the Andres Pirlo that was doing the dirty work. Remove Pirlo from the scene, Pogba became very ordinary. He goes to France and you have an N'Golo Kante doing some things that he couldn't be exposed. But when he went to United and he had a Mourinho that had a way of hiding some of his deficiencies. But when he fell out with Mourinho, we actually saw who Pogba was.
I think you're not giving Pogba enough credit though.
He's good.
That guy is a mercurial midfielder. In any team, as a manager, you have to find the right balance. N'Golo Kante alone in a team cannot get his team across the line.
Yeah, we know that.
Yeah, but Andrea Pirlo alone cannot get. You need somebody that complements your players.
If you have time, read a lot of articles that have been written about Pogba and watch a lot of videos about how he plays. Pogba is a fantastic player, right? But I don't think he got to the height of his potentials.
No, he didn't. Definitely.
You understand what I'm talking about? And a lot of times that he was in teams that he had what they call the full cast to help him through. There's some players that carry team on their own and you just see them like Lionel Messi. Have you watched Messi play football?
We have all watched Messi play football.
No, not the scoring, not his scoring.
Yeah.
Watch him on the field.
No, of course.
He just stands and is watching. He's watching without the ball. That's when Messi is that good. He's just watching. You that they put as a marker, you think you have him. By the time you turn like this, Messi has gone. You know why? Because he sees the game the way nobody sees it. Messi is a Pele in the sense that Pele says football is 80% of this and 20% of this. That's how Messi was playing.
So
and Pogba, see, Pogba should have been one of the best midfielders in the world.
Yeah.
But you know, his lifestyle, for every match he has a new hairstyle. He was putting more
with new color.
He was putting more of his football talent in the outside world than actually the football itself.
So you think what's the next step for
you
him?
Go to Saudi Arabia or MLS, one of those two places.
Okay.
Because French clubs might not be able to afford him.
His wages.
Yes.
Well, he might. I also think he might have to lower his expectations.
Then secondly, Italian teams might be running away from him because you know when it comes to doping in Italy, they take it very, very seriously.
I think that's why Juventus are cancelling on him. Because
in Italy, if you have a heart condition, even if they put that thing in your heart to help you, you can't play in Italy. That's why Kanu left.
That's why Eriksen left.
Yeah. So then is it the Premiership he wants to come to?
Yeah, that's another thing.
The speed the Premiership has passed him.
We will see about that in a few months, right? Because I think he can start negotiating with teams immediately. His contract is cancelled, and he will start to
his contractless.
I don't think it has been cancelled yet. Has it been cancelled? They are just saying they are negotiating with terminating the contract, which is likely going to happen anyways. So we'll now look at the next step for the guy because but Pogba is a very talented player, and it will be good to see him back on the pitch. Doing his thing.
It's very good. He can end up in the blow half of my London. So if you think he's that good,
okay, based on they sign anything where they play football. Chelsea now just collect 3 bullets. Sabubu, why? Anyways, another stuff I came across was the curious case of Claude Makalele, talking of the blue half of London, the former Chelsea legend. You know, he recently took over a Greek side in mid-September, Asteras Tripolis, and he has been in charge for 3 games. The first 2 were a draw, and he won his second game. And recently...
Second or third game?
His third game, sorry. He drew the first 2 and won the third game. So recently, he stepped down from his post, according to the club, citing differences in philosophy with management. But it has now emerged after an interview that Makalele felt he was being undermined, and the management of the team, the board, wanted to control him. And in the context, Makalele said the team had an important player that was running down his contract, and the club were asking him as a coach to bench the player until the player agrees a new contract. And him as a manager, seeing that this guy is the best player in my team, I need to play him to pick up results. He said that third game he won, the player was actually on the bench. And he saw how the game was going and he was like, pardon the word, fuck it, let me play this guy. And he put the guy on the pitch, 2 assists, and they won the game. So he was like, why is it because I'm a black manager? Is that why you feel like you can tell me how to select my team? And it brings us to the topic of black coaches in football. The likes of Chris Hutton, Patrick Vieira, that's Nancy. That's in the US. The US is more inclusive anyways. But in Europe, you find a dearth of black coaches. You see the likes of Wayne Rooney, Frank Lampard, Steven Gerrard. They have gotten top jobs. The likes of Ashley Cole, Andy Cole, they are still struggling with their resumes and getting... Do you feel like this racism thing, this selectivism black...
this thing called racism. Racism. I can't pronounce it well because I'm not supposed to be saying it. It has gone deep down the fabric of football. Like for Makalele's case, there are 2 things to it. don't mess with management of clubs when they want to deal with a player. I might not call it own racism, right? Because even in big continental European clubs, if a player is not willing to sign a contract, they have a way of dealing with them. What you said is part of it. They might not want to play. They'll tell you, okay, sit on the bench and run your contract down. Because you actually get your salary, but you're not getting match bonuses and every other thing.
So, but I think, but Kylian Mbappe was running down his contract at PSG. But even when, the club ideally would have said bench, Enrique was still playing him.
The Mbappe's case is a different case. They needed him to cross the line.
And the club needed that player to cross the line.
See, players differ from players.
No, sure.
You understand?
It's not about the name.
You remember
it's about the stature of the player in the team.
You remember, in football is business, one. Secondly, you know what they call image rights in football is very important for a club's revenue. So there's no way they would have benched Mbappe. It would have been a financial loss for PSG. Black players would have to do more. They have to do times 3 or times 4 compared to a white coach to
get the job.
Yes, so that's it.
One more times 3 times 4, we never see the C job. Ashley Cole is still assistant manager here and there. But well, we wish them luck. At the way Fantastics is going, Sabubu is already looking like a coach. We might push him for the Man United job to replace Ten Hag. I know Man United fans will agree with me. Sabubu will do a good job. His tactical knows. He's top notch. Sabubu, how far you go submit CV?
Well, soon. We're going on a break. We'll get back to you soon.
All right.
Okay, welcome back, everyone. This week is the international break where national teams play different qualifiers, be it the Africa Cup of Nations, the World Cup, and the glorified friendly matches in Europe, which is called UEFA Nations League. The big teams will be playing from Thursday, Friday. Ghana needs to start picking up points because in their first 2 matches, they've just gotten 1 point. Nigeria has to continue from where they stopped. The defending champions, Ivory Coast, will be at home. And a lot of big guns will be at home. Senegal recently
let go of their manager.
I still don't understand why that happened. I don't know who they are going to look at.
They will obviously look at a white coach. Now, we self be part of the problem.
This white thing is becoming...
No. Seriously, we are part of our problem. You don't give the necessary respect to your indigenous coaches. You don't give them the necessary opportunities. When you give them the opportunities, you undermine them. You tell them this player must be in the team. This player must be called up. Then you sack him. You bring a white man and you tell him, sir, anything you want, we give you $12 million.
But for Nigeria, we have an indigenous coach.
The last one you had, this one is the technical director. The last one we had, we were telling him you must bring Fantastic Four from the local league. Now we saw the squad that was just published. Local league player.
As it is, Austin Eguavoen will continue as the interim coach. We hope for the best for him. Egypt still has a local coach, right? They tend not. It's once in a while they
tend to go for foreign coaches.
We are looking at what will happen in Senegal. We are watching. That guy.
They are watching what will happen in Nigeria too.
That guy did a fantastic job. Trust
me. He did.
Took them to 2 Nations Cup finals. Lost one with a very funny looking goal in Cairo, and won the other one in.
And let's not forget the World Cup runs.
The World Cup was fantastic.
It
was just. Let me say, luck was not on their side.
Yes. Because
that Senegalese team would have gotten to the quarterfinals or semifinals. Yes. They were far better than the Moroccan team.
I think if Nigeria is looking for a foreign coach, Coach Aliou Cisse is a foreign coach that they might want to consider. On a lighter note.
If Nigeria takes that guy as a coach, that guy will do wonders for us. You know why? Because he will want to pepper Senegal.
Yes. So apart from Coach Bubu here, we have Coach Aliou Cisse that can handle our Super Eagles.
So let's have a rundown of the results. Please, investors, if you are interested in investing from Thursday to Friday, because a lot of people run away from international games.
Yeah.
But I tell people that is where you can really get the big bucks, because the matches are very, very unpredictable. such matches, you have a lot of under 3.5, under 4.5.
So they are very unpredictable, but they are predictable.
Yeah, when I mean unpredictable in the sense that you might be thinking for big wins, but big wins don't come out.
Don't
That's
come
why I
out.
said the under 3 and under 4 plays a very big part.
Okay,
So let's run down some selected fixtures.
Quickly, we just look at the highlight of games from Europe and South America. We have on Thursday Italy versus Belgium.
Italy is playing at home against Belgium, and
Yes.
Italy on Spalletti is not getting the team that he really wants. I look at Italy winning or drawing that match.
Okay, and then in CONMEBOL we have Chile hosting Brazil.
Brazil is
sparker.
5th on the log, and Brazil has to start
A
picking
point
up
to
points
prove.
as fast as possible. That match is going to be tough because the Chilean team is not the Chile that we used to know. So I would say Brazil win or draw away from home.
Okay. Back to the continent of Africa, we have Ghana versus Sudan.
Ghana is going to win that match because right now any result apart from a win, they're out of contention with the Nations Cup.
Okay. Algeria versus Togo.
Straight win for Algeria.
All right. The DRC versus Tanzania.
Straight win for DRC.
DRC. Okay. Zambia versus Chad.
Zambia to win that match.
Zambia. I also think that there'll be very few goals in that game.
Yes.
Egypt versus Mauritania.
Egypt to win.
Okay. The Super Eagles of Nigeria versus Libya. Common sentiment for this one.
Nigeria will win that match.
Okay. Angola versus Niger.
Angola are topping the group where they have Ghana, so they might just consolidate their lead. Their
lead with
by winning that match.
Ivory Coast versus Sierra Leone.
Ivory Coast, with their defending champions, they're playing at home.
Yeah, so you expect them to get over.
Yes.
Senegal versus Malawi, the post-Cisse era. You think there might be something wobbly?
They have enough to get over the line to beat Malawi.
Okay. So as you have heard, it's the international break, and our country, the Super Eagles, will be flying the colors high at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo. So we are going to be backing them to get over Libya and to get across them, to banter them, to bash them, and to give us joy. Because for this country, I no go lie, you know, football now they help us to cope.
That's true.
No be lie. So we wish the Super Eagles of Nigeria good luck, and also next week they'll be going for the returning fixture in Benghazi in Libya. So we also hope that they can make us proud home and abroad. Nigeria know they carry last anywhere. So
the irony of the Nigerian matches, if they beat Libya in Uyo and they can pick up a result,
point, yeah,
not a point. If they can take 3 points in Benghazi,
yeah,
then they are good as qualified for the Nations Cup.
3 points will do it.
That means they have that's 6 points.
Yeah, so
then
the point is still not bad though.
With the many 4 points they've gotten already,
yeah,
that's 10 points. So they just did one more win and they're already in.
They are good.
In Morocco.
So we wish them luck. We are going to be back next week with the best of sport, the best of the gist, the best of the discussion.
And the Premiership will be back with European leagues next week. So most people don't like the international break, but please support your country. I know a lot of you are Nigerians, but you support France. A lot of you are Nigerians, but you support England.
No, but the thing with international break is not personal. You understand? We love our country. We love to see our fine jersey. You know, Nigeria, we get fine jersey. Our fine boys playing football, and our stars that we usually support from different ends of the, I'm Nigerian, this, that. But I want Iwobi to lose when we are playing Fulham. You get the opportunity to back all of them against a different opposition. But most times the rhythm of your clubs are always disrupted when they come back from international break. These people that were playing so coherently,
a lot of clubs might not click in their first match after the international break.
So now why we don't like international break? It's not personal. You understand? We still love our country. Our country still love us. You don't understand? So thank you so much for joining us on our podcast. We ask that you continue to like, to subscribe to our channels. We have a goal of getting to 1,000 subscribers on all our platforms. The goal no much. So if you see the video, just take a moment. It's just a few seconds. Click the like button, subscribe, tap on the notification bell so that
And
you can
follow
always
us on,
get.
and follow us on Facebook.
Yes, follow us on Instagram. Follow everywhere we did. Fantactics Podcast. Look at it on your screen at Fantactics Podcast. And God bless you. You have a wonderful week. You have a wonderful international break. And I wish you the best of luck with your investments. Until we come back, it's still the Fantactics team, Sabubu and Renz. We
Take
love
care.
you.
Bye.
Take care of yourself.